Hey, welcome to Going On Daily. I'm your host, Ron Rigo, and of course, co host today. How are you, Becky?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. So, we've got such a great show today.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry we started like a couple of minutes late
Yeah,
because
we got chat.
Ron decided to start a conversation about something as
We
we're supposed to start.
kept being like this. Hey, I think you gotta. Okay.
So I forgot how to tell time apparently, but we are here and we're going to have such a great show.
Yeah.
This is going to be one for the books. I think this is going to be the best episode so far. Only because of what we have in store. So we've got a conspiracy thing going, right? We
That's my
have this
jam.
Garth Brooks murder conspiracy talk today. Becky, I have a story about quicksand you're not even going to believe. It's
Oh,
incredible. It's
really?
incredible. So we
Quicksand,
got
like the
that.
sand you fall. Remember when we were young? I remember this that it was like there was so much fear about quicksand. Like you were gonna encounter it on
Right.
multiple occasions in your life. And it was like just make sure you lay flat and just. And I've not once seen quicksand.
No, I've never seen it, but it happened this week, and I got a great story for you. We have, oh, when you talk about entertainment, you think about Vegas, right? And
Hmm.
and you got the highest grossing residencies of all time coming.
Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
want to stick around for that. And of course, there's some celebrity birthdays today. A great one, couple of great ones. Oh, excuse me. So, and we have, of course, a story about squatting.
Yeah,
Like,
squatting.
this is I mean, you're finding it more and more now, right? Because there's a lot of abandoned buildings, so
Mhm.
it's more and more common. Um, but we're gonna start off right away with the opening story and sad news in the world of sports. Jerry West, the legendary Hall of Famer, that is the logo of the NBA.
Okay. I didn't know that, but I'm looking at the picture you have here and I'm like, that looks awfully familiar.
Yes, well, he passed away.
Oh,
Um, but it was said to be peacefully. He passed away with his wife Karen by his side.
oh, that's nice.
So look, this Hall of Fame obviously is the silhouette of the NBA,
Mhm.
and he's a West Virginian, 14-time All Star.
Wow.
He's won an Olympic gold, championship, NBA championship, a scoring title, and he won 5 titles as the Lakers GM. So this
Oh,
guy,
wow.
this guy
He's well
knows
decorated.
basketball.
Yeah, he does.
So it was very sad to hear this because it's like when like I'm a big sports fan, and it's like when yes, he plays for the Lakers. I'm a Celtics fan, right?
Mhm.
So it's the arch rival. And but when you hear somebody like this that is
Mhm.
so impactful to a sport, and you hear that they pass away, whether it's sports, music, whatever, I felt like that when Prince died. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned.
Right.
And when people like that really affect the global impact of
Mhm.
whatever they're doing, it is felt. And I memean, this guy, he wasn't the logo of the NBA for nothing. I mean, he was a great player,
Yeah.
and it was just sad. But I'm actually happy that it went peacefully.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't get that.
Nope, they sure don't. My dad always has this running joke when you say, "Oh, how did that person die?" Shortness of breath. It's like, well, yeah, actually, technically everyone dies of shortness of breath.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Jerry
I
West
guess
dies
that.
of
I guess
shortness of
that is
breath.
true.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's not a
You
bad way of looking at it,
if you
really.
think about it, really.
It sounds peaceful when you say it like that.
Exactly. Well, that's good that he died by his wife by his side, quietly at home, probably in bed.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. That's the way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's really impacted the NBA
Mhm.
since that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Um, a lot of people coming out, like Miami Heat, Pat Riley, longtime coach of the Lakers
Mhm,
and now Miami. He basically running the organization down there.
mhm.
So it's impactful, and you're going to hear a lot of stories. And we already lost Bill Walton about a week ago.
Oh,
So,
no way.
that's two legends in a span of a week and a half, and it's going to be a tough one when I do the memoriam for the sports show
Mhm.
because we do that every year,
Oh, do you?
and we run through every single
Commemorating every
player and athlete.
kind of
And
like when you watch the Oscars and they have celebrity deaths of the year.
oh yeah, and it's
Oh,
long. It takes about 20-30 minutes just to go through that, and
mm,
it is excruciating.
I bet.
Oh,
Especially if it's
so
someone that you always looked up to. Like,
oh,
I
I know.
remember when Kobe died, like, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but my husband, his brother, my brother, everyone was just so
People are
shaken
still
up.
feeling it from that
Yeah.
because he's so young,
Yeah, so young, and then the way it happened and to have a
right?
child with him and yeah.
It's sad. It's sad,
Mhm.
and this is another one of those things now that we can do on this show. We get to express those feelings for, those idols that people
Mhm.
look up to. And I don't know, it's a good tribute kind of thing.
Yeah, it is.
So unfortunately, we send our condolences to the family and friends of the great Jerry West.
Mhm.
But we always look on the bright side of things, and I'm sure there is going to be a lot of people doing memoriams for him across the league,
Oh,
and
yeah.
uh, you know, so
Well, especially if he's a legend, right? They couldn't not.
yeah, I'm watching Mike's
Oh, yeah, Mike's comment.
comments over here.
Not the original Batman, Adam West, I believe, is who you're talking about,
Yeah,
Mike.
he's talking about he thought Adam West, not Adam West, not Batman. Come on,
Definitely
not
not a sports guy.
Batman.
Definitely not a Canadian geography guy.
So Mike, of course, made a comment. He was in panic. Where's the show? Mike, that was because Ron couldn't tell time. Uh,
Chatty Cathy over here wanted to start a
yes, I
conversation.
did that. I did that last show too, and I wasn't even on the show. And I'm over here starting a conversation when we're supposed to start.
That's okay.
I gotta stop that. Ron's gotta shut up.
Yeah, you have a strict 7 or a 8:58 shut up time.
Yep, that's it. You guys have to keep me in check. I don't know. I never thought of myself as a talker, and here I am, right?
And here you are with all these podcasts. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Go figure. Go figure. Nothing to say.
All right. No, quiet introvert.
So, all right, we're gonna move on to the next topic, which I cannot
You're
wait.
so excited about.
I cannot wait. Yeah, I'm giddy thinking about it because look, I went to see Garth Brooks in concert, and I remember this day because I did not like country music.
Mhm. Until this
And the girl I was seeing at the time, and this is going back a
moment.
ways. She was a country fan,
Mhm.
and it was her birthday, and I'm like, okay, how much better could a Garth Brooks concert
Right.
be? And I went, and it was like one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Oh, okay. So he came to Edmonton, where I live, and he sold out 9 shows back to back in a huge stadium in Rogers Place where the Oilers play.
Yeah,
9 shows back to back to back to
I
back.
mean, he was the star of all stars. You
Mhm.
know, I mean,
Mhm.
he was a mega star,
Yeah.
and like I was changed forever after that concert. He was like a rock star.
Yeah. I would go to his show. He came here in 2022 and was at a different stadium where our football team plays. And again, it sells out. I think it said it sold out in 15 minutes, 60,000 seats, 15 minutes. So yeah, this guy's a legend. I definitely would go see him next time. But yeah, this conspiracy is so interesting, and I've heard it for a while now. And so I did a deep dive into it, and we were talking about this before the show, how the internet gets scrubbed. Like you can see something in the past and you go to look for it and it is gone. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
Garth Brooks has a PR team working on it or what.
absolutely. Well, they have I remember seeing a commercial on TV once, about afraid what an employer is going to see, your past history on the internet from
Mm,
an interview, and then it was like this company that you pay to
to scrub for you.
basically get rid of that stuff.
Interesting. I might need to hire them.
Especially after your trip.
No, no, this will be such a tame trip to Vegas. I think you know what, me pre-cancer, yes, me post-cancer, no, absolutely not. So back
It's
to
really changed you.
well, it has to. We can make this a full episode on cancer. It has to
I
change.
know.
You have to change your whole
I
lifestyle.
know.
And not only that, I don't have the energy.
And we
I don't
may
have the
have to
time
do
or
that eventually. We're
yeah,
going to
let's
have
do
to
it.
do that.
Yeah, sounds
Just
good.
dedicate a whole show for it because
Cool.
because it hits everywhere.
It's so prevalent. I think anyone out there knows somebody with it. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it would be a good
absolutely.
one to talk about. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Garth Brooks murder conspiracy. So, if you go to any one of Garth Brooks' social media pages, the comments are riddled with people asking, "Where are the bodies, Garth? Where's my family? Garth Brooks is a serial killer." Like, what or admit what you've done. That was another one that I saw. And I went back quite a few years. Like Tuesday, don't steal my thunder. So yeah, you go
Oh
back
my
and
God.
for the last few years, these comments are saying, where are the bodies? And so I looked into why that is. So I guess in 2018, Tom Segura, is that how you say it? Tom Segura? He's a comedian. He was on his show called the YMH Your Mom's House Studios podcast or something. And he had just made a joke kind of in passing that Garth Brooks looks like he'd be a serial killer. It looks like he's probably got a whole bunch of bodies stored on his huge property. Right? Because Garth Brooks has a farm or something somewhere. And the internet ran with it as they do when they pick up
Of
something.
course.
They go nuts. But the conspiracy is that every time Garth has a stadium tour, someone goes missing or there's a murder in the town the same night as his shows. And people have looked into it and found that there's like legitimacy to this. It's not just the internet being the internet. People have looked into his tour dates and have seen that in these cities where he's had a concert, someone has gone missing or been murdered that night.
Yeah, but isn't this a fact of like every day in a city?
Of
Like,
course.
so it's like, yes, I mean, I could be a serial killer.
Well, yes, you
I'm
could.
just
Or
saying.
could you be
I'm not,
following Garth Brooks's tour? I don't know.
but I mean, you could probably match up a lot of people to that.
You could for sure. And
But
and
it
there's
is
different
interesting.
yeah, there's different views or ways to look at it. So number one, Garth Brooks, serial killer, does his show, gets excited, goes on a killing rampage after his show, whatever. That's number one. Number two, there's actually a serial killer out there who follows around with the tour and does it for
Right.
whatever sick, like why?
Well, that could be actually happening now. You
Yes.
know, they find a string of things that are coincidences, right? And then they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh my god, that would be awesome!" And then they go out and they do kill them during
Right.
his tour.
I mean, every serial killer has his thing,
Yeah.
has something that just gets him going, and I guess it's Garth Brooks. So
Maybe. I mean, you never know. I mean, when you look at the percentages, right? The
Mhm,
percentages of, people that, do crimes, and whatever the crime is, there's a
mhm.
percentage of people in the population.
Yes,
Well, people that are stars are still in the population, and there
absolutely.
is,
Mhm,
the same percentages in the stars that are normal everyday people. It's the same percentages. In
mhm,
fact, it might even be higher.
mhm.
So
Well,
it wouldn't
I
surprise.
I think, people don't just become serial killers, right? There's obviously something going on in there, whether there was trauma, abuse, whatever
Right,
growing up.
right.
And, I mean, that goes for
Or just
celebrities
pure
too.
evil.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that goes for celebrities too. And so when you figure you add spotlight and fame and money and pressure and everything else on top of it, I think it might be not easier, but there's a good chance that someone's going to snap. And you see it. There are definitely celebrities who have killed people, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
Now,
I
I don't know
mean,
about any serial
some of
killers.
them have gotten away with it.
Yeah, right?
But
But
then
no,
karma came back on them.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, anyway, Tom Segura alleged that Garth Brooks was a murderer with hundreds of bodies hidden on his property. I
Could
mean,
you imagine? Oh my lord. The
can you
field day
imagine
the press would have if
this?
they actually discovered that.
Well, you know what? To me, it would be like, remember when Bill Cosby came out as this total creep and people were horrified because Cosby was like the family man, a comedian,
Right.
a legend, and it like that one really hurt. It would be like that. Like,
Oh yeah, it would. It
oh, God.
would. That would be
Yeah.
something, and oh my god. Could
Yeah.
you imagine?
Right. There's also this interview with Garth from it looks like the 90s just based on everyone's styling. And they were saying to him how, he could never play a bad guy in anything. And he said he'd want to be a bad guy if he ever played it because he would rather kill somebody and it would be fun. And then of course the internet sees that and just goes wild on
And
it.
then runs away with it,
Yeah.
and you know eh, and it's just a subtle statement, right?
Mhm.
And but yet it makes everybody raise an eyebrow at.
But that
Like,
being said, it's not really a subtle statement because have you ever said it would be fun to kill someone? I don't think I ever have. It's kind of an odd statement.
I'm trying to think if I ever said that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Well, I don't
That
know.
that may be a possibility.
Listeners, let us know what you think. Is Garth Brooks a serial killer or is this wild internet
Oh, I love
drama?
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, when you think I go back and I think of, Robert Blake,
Mhm.
the guy that played Beretta. Wasn't
Mm.
he in hot water for possibly killing his wife or something like that?
Oh, no, I think you're thinking of not Robert Blake, the guy from, well, I only know him from Austin Powers. He was number 2 on Austin Powers, and he
Mike is having a ball with this.
right? He, supposedly tossed his or
Oh,
killed his
Robert
wife,
Wagner.
Wagner, and tossed her off of a boat, and I think Christopher Walken was there too.
But why?
Yeah, exactly.
That was my Christopher Walken
That
right
was
there.
actually
That was
really
it.
good. That was really good. But yeah, Robert Wagner was in hot water for supposedly killing his
Yeah,
wife back in,
yeah.
let me look here, Natalie Wood. She died in '81. So
Yep.
I don't
Mm.
know.
I
Very
mean, makes you
interesting.
wonder, like, there's a lot. There's a lot,
Mhm.
you know? If you watch a lot of those, Hollywood, you know, documentaries. They have a lot of that stuff in the documentaries.
Mhm. I
So,
love that stuff. I
oh,
love it.
I do too. I eat it up. Eat
Murder
it
porn. That's what they call it on South Park. Murder porn.
up. South Park isn't afraid to say anything. Let me
No,
tell you,
I love it. Great show.
they do a good job.
Mhm.
They go places where most people can't go.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of going places, let's talk about this quicksand thing. I got this story, and I was absolutely stunned when I saw it.
Hmm.
Stunned. All right, so a lady in Maine. Let me see, what is her name? Jamie Accord. Okay, she was walking on Popham Beach State Park on the beach, talking to her husband while they're walking, and then all of a sudden, right down into quicksand.
Oh, okay.
So she described it as like falling through a manhole cover, like the sewer
Yeah.
things. And she went in, and her husband had to keep pulling her out to safety, and she ended up getting out, of course, because she's still alive. Um, Minor injuries, I guess, probably a lot of scrapes and bruising and stuff like that.
Jeez.
But it just like it went down. She just went in, and when she was recovered, they noticed that basically after that it was just like sand, like normal.
What?
Yeah, so it just basically went away,
Like, and
and
she
it
was just
wasn't
walking
there
on the
anymore.
beach. It wasn't like I'm picturing a swamp, like, Jumanji, the new one with The Rock and Kevin Hart, like that sort of
Right,
setting. Like it
right.
wasn't
No, it
there. It
is
was just on the
regular
beach.
sand,
What?
and she went in, and then the husband pulled her out, and then it kind of just like disappeared.
Whoa, that's like a
So
glitch in the Matrix kind of thing.
yeah, but then I started doing a little research, very little research,
Mhm.
because I didn't think, I thought the story was the story. And then
Right.
then come to find out, how they they have, all this quicksand in like movies and stuff like that.
Right.
So normally quicksand is only a couple of feet, so you're not gonna die.
Okay. Oh,
Most of the
really?
time. Most of the time, right?
So you
Majority
just
of the time it's only
panic
gonna
and
be
then you
2 feet
go to your
deep.
waist and then you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And most of the times it isn't found in the desert.
Oh.
So when people think quicksand, they think desert,
Mhm.
and it's just a sand. It's like this bottomless sand that just sucks you down, but
I
that's not
think
what it
I
is.
think jungle.
Yeah.
That's what
So most of the times, well, first of all, the one thing that it has to have is water. And
right.
basically, the ground gets so oversaturated, it's like
Fair.
liquefied, even though it looks like regular,
Regular
the
sand.
ground or sand or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be sand even.
Oh,
So it gets oversaturated, and then when you step in it, it kind of like it's from the suction of the sand going around your legs, and then it just kind of pulls you in, and because it makes your the weight heavier than what the ground is, and then you kind of sink in it. And if people die in it, mostly it's because that they're struggling so hard to get out, they get exhausted, and then
right. Give up.
they don't. It's not this bottomless pit,
Okay.
or
I
quicksand.
always wondered this.
So, um, yeah. So it turns out that water is definitely needed to make the ground oversaturated.
Hmm.
So that's why it's mostly around, beaches, ocean, riverside, swamps. So those are the places that you're going to
Hmm.
find it. You're not going to find it like in the middle
Interesting.
of your backyard.
Or the middle of a main beach.
Yeah, it was on a beach in the sand, and then bloop, there we go.
That's strange. Well, I'm glad she's okay anyway.
Yes, yes. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Maybe it's that monster from Star Wars. Thank you, Kenny, for being here. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, the monster from Star Wars. You never
What?
know, and it's funny you said Star Wars because we still got something coming up about you know in the Star Wars family. So that was fun. That story gets me. That story gets me.
Right? It makes me scared to go to a beach.
Yeah,
But not
yeah.
that I know that it's not very deep,
You
and I'll
know,
be just
I mean,
relax.
first of all, you bake when you're at a beach, and then
Mhm.
now you can just fall into quicksand.
And sharks that eat
Oh my
liver.
God, the
No,
sharks!
whales that eat liver.
You're not
Not
safe anywhere. Let's face it, you're not safe anywhere.
yeah, no. The beach is not a safe place. That's pool from now on, and a shallow
Mm.
pool.
Yeah, there was another story with a bull shark attacking a jet skier or something like that
Jeez.
yesterday.
I
Why
know
don't we
they
go in the
say with
ocean?
sharks I know they say with sharks that they don't attack a lot of people, but the ones that they do, they're
Yeah.
still a statistic for a reason.
Yep. I don't want to be that person that gets
No,
to be attacked. So I'll
certainly not.
stay out of the ocean. I'll stay out.
And you're right on the ocean, are you not?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, being a New Englander, we're around water.
right. I assumed so.
I used to go in all the time. I've stayed away from that kind of thing. I'll go in a pool, you
Mhm.
know.
But not the ocean. I understand that. The ocean's scary.
Although I would really check pools if you're in like Florida.
Mm.
You check the pool before you jump in. Don't
What, for
just run
gators?
and jump in a pool because there could be an alligator in it.
Mike, let us know if that's accurate.
I think it's pretty accurate. I think it's pretty accurate.
Here I'm thinking, "Hey, I need to move somewhere hot. I need to be near the
No,
ocean."
not me.
No, I'm in landlocked Alberta, Canada, and we barely even have bugs here, so I mean, I can't complain.
Really? You don't have bugs
Well,
there?
we do, of course we do, but it's not like it when you go to these really hot places and you see those really nasty
Oh,
bugs, like, even in the States, when I've traveled to
well,
the
you can
States.
put saddles on them.
Yeah, really. We we definitely have mosquitoes, ants, spiders, but, we have bugs, but it's just not out of control like some of
Mm.
these hot climates.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the heat. So once it gets over 75, I'm like, nah, nah,
Mhm.
I don't like
That's
it.
about 22 for my Canadian listeners, which is
Oh
warm.
yes, that's
Really,
right.
when
We got
you know,
the metric system.
well,
How arrogant is this country being the only one that doesn't do it?
there's, I think, 3 countries in the world. I think one is in Africa, one is in Asia, I believe, and then America that use Fahrenheit, and then the rest of us use Celsius or I guess Kelvin, the Kelvin system.
Oh yeah, that's a great system.
But Celsius makes sense because 0 is 0 and 100 is 100 and like
Right, it's based on
32.
tens, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Like, what
I
is
don't get
32?
it.
It's confusing.
This country, this
This
country.
country.
All right, so let's talk some Vegas, Becky. Let's talk some Vegas.
Let's talk some Vegas. So I wanted to know what the top grossing Las Vegas residencies were of all time. Have you ever gone to Vegas, first off?
No, I have not.
Like, you're an American.
I
Isn't
know.
that just, where you
You know
go?
what the problem is? I think I just don't like people too much
Okay.
because they always disappoint.
That's definitely not the place to be then. But you like music, you like
I
sport,
do. I do. I love music, sports. I
high
love
culture,
all
history.
forms of entertainment.
Yeah. Hmm. Maybe you
Go
should get
figure,
down.
huh?
Yeah. Well, I've been a few times, but I've never gone to a show like this because, I mean, you pay hundreds of dollars to go see them. To me, it's not really worth it. There's not really been anyone performing that I think is worth spending that kind of money on. But I looked up the top, well, I looked up the top 10, but I wrote down the top 5. I'll give you the top 10 just as a
Oh no, yeah, let's do that.
okay. I won't give you the facts because I didn't write down for 10 to 6, but coming in at number 10 was Lady Gaga.
Hmm, I can see that.
Yep. Coming in at number 9 was Rod Stewart.
I've seen Rod Stewart.
He actually just came here last summer and my friends had tickets for me and I declined it because I had had chemo a few days earlier and I just felt pretty gross, but I sent my parents in my place and they had such a good time.
Yeah, he was a lot younger when I saw him.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, apparently
he's
age
still
doesn't
got a
make.
great voice. He still has that same voice.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good.
They said it was a great show. They didn't think that his age slowed him down or anything.
That's good.
Yeah. So he has the number 9 top grossing
Well,
residency in
good for him.
Vegas. Number 8 was Bette Midler,
No,
which I find interesting because who's going to see that?
I can't. I don't like Bette Midler.
I
I'm
I
sorry for
I like
those
her
that do,
acting.
but I think she's terrible.
I hate her music. I really do. I
Oh, I
like her
do.
acting. I really do like her acting. Let's see, when was that?
Okay.
2008 to 2010. I was thinking this was like the 80s. No, this was 2008 to 2010. So I don't know who was going to go see Bette Midler, but somebody
I don't know.
made it the 8th highest
I
grossing
know I
domestic.
wasn't there.
No, no, absolutely not. And it says that she brought in $71.8 million at the for
Jesus.
Caesar's Palace.
Really?
I know,
Oh
absurd.
how does she make more than Lady Gaga?
I know. I know. It's insane. Well, I think because the fan base of Lady Gaga is younger, we can't afford to go to these shows.
Oh, yeah, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Coming in at number 7 was Cher,
Oh, Jesus.
right around the same time, 2008 to 2011. I mean, Cher, I could maybe understand. I think she would put on at least more of a spectacle than Bette Midler would.
Yeah. Oh, Cher has had no problem putting on a spectacle.
Right. Exactly. So number 6, Jennifer Lopez in 2016 to 2018. And so, yeah, I could see Jennifer Lopez having a good show. I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably go to that. Okay, coming in at number 5 from 2011 to 2018 at the Coliseum in Caesar's Palace was Elton John.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
his
had to
million
have been there. He had to have.
that's his $1 million piano tour or
Yeah.
residency was the name of it, and it brought in $131 million. So that's huge.
I
Number
like
4.
old Elton John better
Yeah.
than new Elton John.
Yeah, I don't love his new stuff.
No, I
I mean,
don't.
I like that he's trying to rebrand and stay relevant, and that's fine, but, like, someone with tenure like that doesn't need to rebrand,
No.
right? He
No.
doesn't need to stay relevant because he always will be.
Right.
All right, coming in at number 4, Britney Spears, and I'm
Yeah,
actually
I
surprised by
mean,
that. I am surprised.
she's done a good job, right? I mean, for where she could have been these days
Mm,
to where she is, are two different places. Let me tell you.
right. That is gonna be another one of my conspiracy shows, is the Britney Spears conspiracy. Because the conspiracy is that she's not alive. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say more, don't Google it. I
Oh,
got my next show, which will be a
oh,
while from now.
you can't do this. You can't drop that bomb on me and then
I'm telling you, Ron, I am down every conspiracy rabbit hole.
I am
I
going to be a wreck until you come back from your vacation.
Yeah, right? Well, that gives me lots of time to prepare. You know. So Britney Spears, her tour is called Britney Piece of Me. That was 2013 to
Yeah.
2017. That was at the Zappos Theater. Do you know where that is? I don't even know that I've heard of that. It didn't tell me a hotel. Let me look it up here. Zappos Theater is Planet Hollywood. Okay, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And Kenny's upset that I disrespected. I don't know if it was Bette Midler or Cher, or maybe both. But that's
sorry, Ken.
probably two Christmas cards I won't be getting.
Sorry, Ken. I think we know who's keeping Bette Midler in business.
That's good.
It's not you or I.
There you go, Kenny, the lone Bette Midler fan who's bought out all the tickets.
Hilarious. Yeah, Miss Britney brought in $137 million. I think it's amazing that,
Wow.
she was able to come back. Remember 2007?
Wow.
It's a dark year for her. So to come back and have the 4th highest grossing residency of all time.
Yeah, I
Pretty
hope she got to get some of that.
Oh, right. Yeah, her dad probably kept it.
Oh,
I know.
that
It'll
poor
be
that
it'll
poor
be
girl. I'm
Patsy
sorry.
conspiracy show.
nobody look when you think about the age that she was when she became a huge star,
Mhm.
right? That is not easy. It's not
Mhm.
easy.
Mm-mm.
I mean, not that I would know, but I just got to think it's not easy.
No.
And then you have all these people telling you this, telling you that,
Yep.
filling up your head, and it's understandable how somebody could lose it, right?
Mhm. And she became famous in a time in the early 2000s or late 90s when everything was sex-based and
Yeah,
everything was looks-based. Everything was look perfect, be tiny, be skinny, have huge boobs, have the perfect body. And we're now obviously we're seeing I mean, we still see that, but we're seeing a big push for body
yeah,
positivity. So there's a lot of pressure to be absolutely perfect. To be honest, I don't even think Britney Spears has a good voice. I don't think she's a great singer, but there was something about her whole persona, her image, her sex appeal that people loved.
I'll tell you what it is. It's that Barbie look.
Mhm. Yeah, she's very beautiful.
That's and
Mhm.
even when remember when she like shaved her head,
Mhm.
I thought she looked pretty good even like that. I mean, because the facial features, they're there.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I mean, I might be the only one that thinks that, but I don't care what
No,
people think.
I think she looked good. Not everyone looks good bald. Demi Moore looked good bald. I looked good bald.
See, it makes me want to shave my head now.
Right? But it's okay for a man to be
Well,
bald, but when a
well, look,
woman's
I mean,
bald,
it
man,
is, Bruce Willis. Like, could you imagine him with hair?
no, it's
No,
weird. When you see it, it's weird.
no.
Yeah, no.
Just saying.
I know.
Like Michael Jordan. Like, what? Could you
Yeah,
imagine him?
no.
I don't even know him for being, with a full head of hair.
Yeah, that would be strange. Yeah,
So,
no, Brit looked good bald for sure. The grow-in stage was terrible. I understand that. My hair's about this long now, and I get it. It's painful. Okay, coming in at number 3, Elton John again.
wait, again?
Yes, his 2004 to 2009 tour called The Red Piano, again at Caesars at the Coliseum, and that brought in 166.4 million.
Wait, so which one was first, the red piano or the $1 million
Million
piano?
Dollar Piano and then The Red Piano. So number 5 and number 3. So, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, and I was 5 years
He's
and 6
loaded.
years. Like, that's a lot of time to be playing at the same place over and over and over again.
That's a guy that probably has more money than what is known.
Literally. Yeah. Like, he doesn't need to keep being relevant. Just go retire with your husband and your children. I know. All right, coming in at number 2, Celine Dion with
Oh.
her Celine tour, 2011 to 2019, again at the Coliseum. The Coliseum is just raking in the dough with these. And she earned up $296 million on that one.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so huge jump.
lord.
166 was third and 296 million was second. So a huge jump.
Jesus.
I know. And Celine Dion, like, I'm a
I
Canadian.
know, I don't hey,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Canada.
I guess we all go down to go see our the Queen of Canada, Celine Dion.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
like her
guess.
music, but
Yeah,
not enough to
I'm not
spend
a fan.
$800
Not a
on a
fan.
ticket. Yeah.
She's got a great voice, but I
Mhm.
don't like, you know.
Yeah, I know. So who do you think came in at number 1, if you had to guess?
Oh, see, now I know I want to say Tom Jones, but it's not Tom Jones.
No, it's not Tom Jones.
Trying to think of who is out there. Um, God, I feel like it's a rock star.
You
I
were
don't
gonna
know,
be
but I can't remember who
very
was.
disappointed.
I can't think of who was there.
Well, I was wondering, like, where the heck Elvis was on this list, but, maybe this is more of a
Oh,
current
that's
list.
right. He was there.
It's the only place he was.
This is true.
Yeah. So, I guess because in the 70s, the dollar was different. I don't know if they're looking at just the bottom line where, 385 million today would have been like 10 billion. back then, right? So for
Oh,
him,
Kenny's saying Wayne Newton.
okay, that's a good guess. No,
No, because I think they're too old school. I think it's got to be somebody pretty relevant.
you're gonna
Um,
be so disappointed.
I'm gonna be disappointed. It's
Yeah,
probably something stupid.
it is stupid.
Um, but I will say, and I don't know if he ever did, but I'll say Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if he ever did either. No, number one is Celine Dion again
Oh, come
with
on.
A New Day. And that was 2003 to 2007, again at the Coliseum. And that was $385
Jesus.
million.
So she's made $500 million in just her
Well,
two
she's
residents.
made Caesars $500 million. I don't know what kind of cut she got. I assume it's pretty good if she spent, 10, 6, how many years here? 10 years of her life doing a residency in Vegas.
Jesus. Yeah, they must prorate it out to what it would be today. So basically, it goes by ticket sales, and then you know,
Yeah.
figure it out what it would be today.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be relative, right? Like if a
Yeah,
ticket sale back in Elvis's day was $20 and he had X amount of
right.
people compared to $400 to today. Yeah. I'm not really sure. I didn't look too deep into that, but yeah, Celine Dion. So I thought it was actually kind of a bit of a disappointing list. I just wanted it to be cooler. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but when you think about it, I mean, who really goes there to do the residencies? You know what I mean? So they get they get certain individuals
Mhm.
and people that maybe haven't seen in a while, or
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't imagine spending the money to go see Celine Dion
Right.
or Bette Midler or
I think right now there's Maroon 5, Adele. Who else is there? Maybe some country people. Miranda Lambert, maybe. They have some residencies there. So, definitely more of a relevant crowd, but still not my
yeah,
cup
but
of tea.
I still like. I think the only one really on the list that I would spend a lot of money to see would be Elton John, and I don't know if I'd do it today.
Right. Elton John, maybe like back in the 90s,
Maybe,
you would have gone and seen it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel you.
yeah. I don't know. Like I saw Rod Stewart live, and he was good, but that was a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I can just put on a record.
Spoken like a person who hates other
Sorry,
people.
I don't want to spend $200-300 to see somebody sing
Mm-mm.
that isn't really going to, like, okay, so take Paul McCartney, for
Mhm.
instance,
Mhm.
it's like that would be something I could pay for, even though I know he's not going to be as good as he used to be, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But I have never seen Paul McCartney. He's one of the Beatles, and that would be like a must see.
Right.
Other than that, I don't know. Even like my favorite bands, I'm not paying $200 to go see my favorite
Mhm.
bands. Not
Mhm.
happening. Now, you want to bring Prince back to life
Right.
and have him be in a res. I'll be first in line.
I was thinking
You
that
know,
if Queen, if Freddie
Queen,
Mercury,
Freddie Mercury,
yeah, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
exactly. But
When Led Zeppelin did like a quick reunion show a few years ago, I was like, "Get my money together, let's fly to," but it
right,
obviously didn't work out.
right. So other than that, no, I'm not
Yeah,
paying that much
I
money.
know. I feel you.
So, all right. So that is Vegas again. Oh my God, Vegas. The Vegas series that you have brought us is pretty awesome.
Well, I hope
Um,
no one's getting bored of it, but I just thought
I
in
don't think
light
so.
of me going there this week,
Yeah, and
oh,
then
and
we gotta have the returns too. I mean, you got to come up with some Vegas stuff when you come back.
well,
Let
yeah,
us
it'll
know.
be good firsthand stuff. Maybe like the best buffets or the best, food or
Right.
the best places to
Absolutely.
people watch in Vegas. I feel like that's
Absolutely.
everywhere. Yeah.
And so if you're watching us, you are watching us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You're watching us on Facebook at RI Broadcasting. So many ways. We're on Twitch at RI underscore broadcasting. We are on Twitter. We're live on Twitter as well at Broadcasting RI. There's so many ways to see us. Kick. We're on Kick as well, Rhode Island Broadcasting. And of course, all the podcasts, Spotify, blah, 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 blah. All of them. All of them. We're everywhere.
All of them.
We're everywhere. So worldwide, not just Canada, not just United States, worldwide. So as you see, follow us on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us because we have some good stuff. Not even only on this show. We have lots of shows and movies and music on Rhode Island Broadcasting. We've got celebrity birthday.
Cool.
I love it because I was excited to this. Kenny, you're gonna love this one. We get the celebrity birthdays, and there are some dandies.
Are there any Canadians on the list? Because
There are Canadians on the list.
He's asking for the 10 greatest Canadians. I don't know specifically how to rank that. Is that my opinion?
Ooh, 10
we'll
greatest
figure something out, Kenny.
Canadians. Well, isn't Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, I love him. I guess Celine Dion by default, if we're talking just.
Yeah, but MJ Fox, I think he would be my number one.
He's actually from Edmonton, where I'm from, so we love him.
Oh, I love Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, so celebrity birthdays. So the first thing I noticed was the celebrities, so to speak, that have died in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like one Julius Caesar.
Oh,
it's his birthday today. Julius Caesar.
It's so interesting that that's coming up since everyone I talked about on my Vegas was at the Caesars Coliseum.
Yeah, he's like 2,100 years old.
Oh, perfect. Doesn't look a day over 1,800.
Right, exactly. So Al Rex, the bassist of Bill Haley and his Comets.
Okay.
Remember Rock Around the Clock?
Oh, I do. You're really aging yourself here.
Yeah. All right. How about Sofia Merstova, a gymnast from Russia who won 6 golds, 3 silvers, and 4 bronzes in the Olympics?
Ooh, decorated.
A little decorated. I had to mention that one.
Yeah.
Robert Forster,
mm-hmm.
who died in 2019. He was in the movie Jackie Brown.
Okay.
And Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes. He played Hogan.
Right.
Today is his birthday. All right. People that are still alive. Now, these aren't all of them because there's like 1 million people.
Right.
So, Erno Rubik, who invented the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, he's a celebrity.
Yeah. He invented the Rubik's Cube.
All right.
79 years old. Here's a good one. Milika Mulroney. Mila, who was she's the wife of a former prime minister of Canada.
Oh, Brian Mulroney's wife, yeah.
Yeah, 71 years old.
Okay.
And George Nelson, also known as Pinky. He's an astronaut. Okay. 74 years old today. He was on like a whole bunch of different space vehicles. Sports journalism, Tony Kornheiser. His birthday today. Michael Spinks, the boxer, who turned 68. Anthony Spud Webb, 61 years old. Now, Spud Webb won a slam dunk contest, and he's only 5'7".
Oh, wow.
5 foot for him. And then 9-time All-Star Major League Baseball player Yadier Molina, who also won a World Series. It was his birthday today.
Okay.
All right. Now we move on to some musicians, right?
Right.
All right. Stephen Joe Blad, drummer from Jay Giles Band.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Jay Giles Band?
I do.
Okay. Tom King, guitarist from The Outsiders, his birthday. Bobby Rock, the drummer from Nelson. You know the two brothers with the long blonde hair.
That I don't know of.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. They only had like 2 songs.
Okay.
Damon Johnson from Thin Lizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one. Deborah Cox. She turns 50. Canadian
I was gonna say she's Canadian,
pop singer.
isn't she? Yeah.
And then Gerald Levert, who's 58. He sang Casanova.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the cream of the crop, though, right here. This is all the actors and stuff. Wyatt Oleff, 21 from It.
Oh, okay.
Colton Haynes from Teen Wolf. His birthday, the TV show.
Okay.
Michael Mando from Better Call Saul. He played Nacho.
Okay.
43 years old. Robert Gant, 56 from Queer as Folk.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Jeong,
Oh yeah.
54 from The Hangover, and the singer there, the one where they wear all the costumes. I can't think of the name.
Oh,
Masked
Masked
Singer.
Singer. Yeah. Do you know that he's a doctor as well?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, doctor turned comedian? That's
Right.
funny.
And not
That's
just
funny.
a comedian, like I don't know, very weird comedian.
Yeah.
I like his stuff, but I'm thinking of him in The Hangover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's where everybody knows him from.
Right.
All right. So Richard Cheech Marin, Cheech from Cheech and Chong.
Mm-hmm.
He's 78.
Oh wow.
78. He looks good. For
He
78, he looks good.
Maybe the weed pickles you.
Maybe. There might be something said to that. Patrick Stewart.
Oh, really?
Picard. It's
My-
his birthday today.
My husband's
83.
man crush. He loves,
80?
I'm not joking. He loves Picard.
Really?
He's
Well-
a Star Trek obsessed. Yeah.
My winner for all of these people that I just read off, and I treat it like a game because I have to pick somebody that would be my winner, right?
Mhm.
And it goes to this guy who, first of all, not only did he play one of the biggest characters known to the world,
Mhm.
he played 2 of them.
Okay.
He played Han Solo and
Oh.
Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford's birthday today. He is 81 years old.
No.
My winner.
81?
81, and he's still
Wow.
doing it. Still doing it.
I am shocked by that. I would not have guessed 81.
Like-
71 maybe I would have guessed, but
When you think about, all the possibilities of big movies and stuff, and
Mhm.
you get 2 of the biggest franchise in history of movies,
Mhm.
Star Wars and Indiana Jones. I mean, not too many people can say that. Not too many people can say they got one, let
Yeah,
alone
right.
2.
Yeah. 3
mean-
or 2 huge trilogies of the 70s and 80s. Yeah, amazing. And you know what's cool about Harrison Ford is that he was in his 30s when he was discovered, and I think he was a roofer or construction worker, and someone saw him. Someone big, I wanna say it was like George Lucas or someone that George Lucas knew, saw him and was like, "Come."
Yeah, that that sounds like stuff that George Lucas does because
Yeah.
it's he just has that eye, right? You
Mhm.
just discover somebody and you put him in the movies, and then it just fits. Like
Mhm.
you can't think of could you imagine if somebody else was Indiana Jones? No.
No.
Or Han Solo. Like
Mhm.
Han Solo is the best character in the whole Star Wars franchise.
Mhm.
They tried to put somebody else in that role. Didn't work.
Right.
Work.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just that guy. Fugitive, 1923, the TV series. I mean, it just goes on and on for this guy.
Mhm.
I love his movies. Air Force One. Come on.
Force
How
One.
great would it be to have a president like that? Huh?
You need a president like that. We're not allowed to talk politics on the show, Ron. So.
No, we're not. We're not.
We should, though, one day really spice up those ratings.
Oh my God, no. I would have a feeling that they would be fist fights.
Right?
Fist fights.
See, I'm
Have a
not an
feeling.
American, so I'm unbiased. I'm
Yeah.
just calling it as I see it.
Well, you see, you get to see it from outside the country,
Mhm.
so you have firsthand on how embarrassing it is for
Mm,
our
I
politics.
don't think well, now I think it's embarrassing, but I'm Canadian. It is not good right now here either, so we could go
I
on.
I think people are just screwed no matter where you live.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say Switzerland is the place, but they've got CERN, so I don't know. We need an island somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
Yup, yup.
You know who you missed on your list if you're done, your birthday list there? Chris Evans.
Wait, it's his birthday?
Yes,
Oh, ooh, that's
Captain
a big
America.
miss. That's a big
Yeah,
miss.
unless I'm on the wrong day. Let me look here. June 13th today? Yeah. Also the Olsen twins.
Yeah, I kind of skipped over them.
Nobody cares about them anyway.
I
What have they
I
done?
saw them on the list.
Yeah. I mean, really, what have they done? Nothing
Nothing.
really. All the Olsen twin
Nothing.
movies when I was a kid, and that was about it.
So obviously, Mike and Kenny both love, Harrison Ford. I mean, it's hard
Mhm.
not to. The guy is just
Mhm.
he
He's a
just makes
legend.
great movies.
Mhm.
So he is a legend. Oh, that one will be a tough one
Mhm.
when he goes. Oh boy,
Yeah,
that will
that
be a
would be
tough
a tough
one.
one. Yeah.
Mm. So that is celebrity birthdays. I'll bring this back every so often, because I think it's just fun. And plus, when you tag all these people in, we get tons of views too. So you kind of
Right?
once in a while we need that little boost, right?
That's right. Hashtag Harrison Ford.
That's
Hashtag
right. Hashtag
Mexico.
Harrison Ford. Look,
Yeah.
look, we'll put it in right now. Hashtag Harrison Ford. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Jump on that, people. Jump on it. Oh, we got our final thing to talk about, Becky.
Yeah,
Um,
and I'll make it a quick one since we are after 8
yeah,
now, but
we're
this is
we're
our
up
late
against it.
start.
We just had so much fun.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so this topic is squatting, not like going into somebody's house and claiming it as your own. I'm talking squats or known as an Asian squat.
Oh, I even have the picture of a house and a guy there. I was going. What's funny? I was going to put the other squat
And you thought, "No, we're
on
not talking
the as
about
a
that."
joke, and it turned out to be what it was supposed to be.
Mhm. This is part of my
You
health
got me, Becky. You
series.
got me.
I should have clarified. Okay, so squatting, also known as the Asian squat. So this is a deep squat. We're not talking the exercise where you pulse up and down. This is where you are feet flat on the ground, your butt is resting on your legs, and it becomes a seat. So in many Asian cultures, this is how they sit. This is very normal. This is a resting position for them. And I was chatting about this recently with a girl I know who lived in China. And she said that you have to do it there because the toilets, not necessarily in the homes, but in public, the toilets are a pan on the ground. And you
Oh
need to
boy,
rely on this squatting position to use the bathroom. You're looking very puzzled there.
I don't know if I'd get back up.
Well, that's just it. And so they are saying that in many Asian cultures, this is just completely normal. And I do remember when I grew up in a different town, there was a high Indian population, like East Indian, Pakistani. And I remember seeing the men, not really the women, but the men squatting on their driveways like for hours, hours. And so they're saying that this position is insanely good for your body. There are so many advantages to it, like improved digestion.
What?
Obviously, that position
No.
squeezes your colon and pushes things out. Enhanced posture because of the spinal alignment that comes from sitting like that. better musculature, so you're just stronger all over, including your core. It really strengthens your core. Excuse me. Increased circulation, so the up and down movement of like when you're up and then you're down all the time encourages better blood flow, and also proven to give or have a longer life, which is crazy to me. But it's saying that your increased flexibility and mobility is believed to mark better overall health, which in turn leads to a longer life.
God, that's stunning.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, and it was showing that in a study, and now it is an informal study, but it was saying that of the 100% of Asian people that were examined, they could all do the squat position fairly easily. Now, obviously, they're not testing a billion Chinese people. It's a smaller study, but of the North Americans that they also tested, only 13.5% could do it. And of that 13.5, nine of them had had some Asian heritage in them. So they're saying that genetics does play a huge part in whether or not you're able to do this position. For example, longer legs with shorter torsos will struggle with it. And also, if you have long upper legs, so the femur, and shorter tibias, their lower leg, you're going to struggle with it. So the Westerners' bodies are just different. They have different musculoskeletal properties than Asian bodies do. So
Interesting.
yeah,
It's I'm stunned that it actually helps, you know, with your health.
yeah. It
Stunned.
it helps with a ton of stuff. And it's saying that as Westerners, the reason we struggle, not just because of our genetics, but the lack of practice, too much time spent sitting. We're a very sedentary culture. We like to sit all the time. And of course, age, you're not as flexible when you're older. But
You got that right.
this is something that I want to start doing just to strengthen my core and to try. I was painting a table the other day and I was squatting and I was in so much pain after like a minute. So I thought I'm going to start doing this. They're saying that you should try 3 times a day, 10 to 30 seconds per squat. And this will help strengthen your core, your back, your legs, everything. So worth a
Okay. I'm
shot.
going to try it. I might not be able to get up, but I'm going to try it.
Well, it's saying like start with a position where you can hold on to something, have your legs a little bit more than shoulder width
Yeah.
apart, and have
A
your feet
crane.
pointing. Yeah, right. Well, I would think like a chair, but have your feet shoulder width apart or a little bit further than shoulder width, and have them their toes pointing outward. And then slowly lower down your body, go as low as possible until your butt is resting on the back of your legs. Hold it for 10 to 20 seconds with your heels flat on the floor. That's the thing with the squat exercise, you're more on your toes. So this has to be heels flat. Stand up, rest, and repeat. Do this 3 times a day, 10 to 30 seconds
Ooh,
each.
flat feet too, huh?
Yeah,
Oof.
I know. Yeah, and Mike is saying my knees would explode. Mine also. And this is why I want to start doing it.
Well, I
Yeah.
did your grounding the other
Did
day. I was
you?
outside
Okay.
barefoot,
It's the best.
in the dirt.
And did it
Did
feel
that.
good?
It did, actually. It did.
Yeah, there's something
Everybody
about
looked at me like I
connecting.
had 5 heads.
I quite often will go for walks in my bare feet. I don't care.
Yeah. So, so I did that. So now I have to try this. I'm going to try all these health things that you
That's
bring
right.
in.
I want to do a health segment every time, a conspiracy segment and a culture segment. That's my jam. So,
And that's what we'll do.
yes, that's what we'll do.
So, all right. Quick closing comment. If you have something you want to say, you can say it now.
I don't I'm good. I thank you all for listening and
Well,
being here today.
I want to just send condolences again to Jerry
Mm,
West's family.
mhm.
And you've got to come back. People have to come back this Saturday at 9 a.m. Because Rick is going to be back on with me on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock if you're out in Edmonton,
6 o'clock if you're in Vegas.
6 o'clock if you're in Vegas.
Right.
So join us, be part of this. Somebody just said that they love you, Becky.
Oh, Run VS Scat Pack. Okay. Hi, thank you.
See, you have fans out there. Do
Look
you
at me go.
notice?
Look at me go.
So there we go. See, look, come back Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Rick will be on. The Shark, he's supposedly the crazy one.
I could see that.
I could see it too.
I could
He
see it.
has a lot of energy. You want energy? He's got energy. He's got
Sir,
energy.
I do not have that energy at 7 in the morning. If I was 9 a.m. my time, maybe, but 7 a.m. my time, absolutely not.
So we'll probably see you in about a week and a half, right?
Or maybe. I mean, maybe I'll be on. Maybe I won't even go to bed, and I'll just be awake at 6 a.m. and I'll just pop on.
Maybe. So you're always welcome, even when you're in Vegas, because frankly, I think people would tune in for that. So, but we will see you when you come back. Mike will be on with us. I'm guessing Monday. He'll be running the show on Monday. So yeah, so we're gonna see everybody next time on going on daily. Not just going. We're not going. We're here.
Staying on daily.
That's right. So come and join us Saturday. We'll see you next time.
Can't wait. Bye.